Hey everyone, welcome back to the Black Link Experience. It's your girl Marva B. Subscribe, like, and share. Leave your comments below because your opinion does matter. We are here for it. Hit that bell for notifications for stories like these and others so you will know every time I post. Lil Rod has come out again with more allegations. He's and for me, these are just my opinions. For me, he's going to keep every time somebody says that he's lying, that his story is not true, that it's half true, half not. We can believe some of it ain't true. He drops another nugget. So now, if you guys know anything about the court system, you have to prove what you're alleging against someone beyond reasonable doubt, right? So whether it's a jury, whether it's a judge, whatever, you have to prove it. And so Lil Rod is saying, I have these videos, I have these pictures, I have the proof, and I'm willing to, if I had to testify in court against him. Little Rod is coming out saying that uh, a few things. He said that Diddy stole his keys, took his car, wouldn't let him leave. They made him drink a spiked drink. And next thing he knew, when he was waking up, that he was in the bed with some FO workers and Diddy, allegedly in the bed with him. And so there's no telling if this is true, what he's saying. There's no telling what happened in between that time he drank that drink and he woke up. He don't know. But he is saying he has pictures of that room that he was in with them, right? And then he said he gets up, he goes in the restroom, and Young Miami's cousin allegedly comes in the bathroom and directly just goes down on him and he pushes her off. And they think it's a joke. He can hear Diddy Nim, he says, in the back, on the other side of the door laughing. And so he comes out of the bathroom. She come out of the bathroom after he done pushed her off and start taking her clothes off and trying to force herself on him again. And he talks about how he said that he has pictures of the room, he has videos, he has recordings. He also said that he is willing, there are some things that he can say that he knows that he has evidence for, but he doesn't feel comfortable putting it in that lawsuit in that paperwork, but that he would get on a stand and he would testify in court on these things. Now, whenever you present yourself and you say that you have all of this proof, he said one thing that I caught was that he said, and when we talking about proving yourself beyond reasonable doubt, right? You have the evidence. Videos do not lie. Audio recordings do not lie. You hear the voices. Pictures do not lie, right? But the thing about the picture thing that he said he had a picture of the room that it happened in, which is kind of on the fence of I believe it or not. It just depends on who sees it, right? Because you can have a picture. I can take a picture of Diddy's room and leave and not ever have anything else to do with it. I just took that picture showing that I was there, but I'm not showing anything that says I was there and something happened to me. It's kind of hard to say that something happened if you just have a picture of the room because you was in that room. Just like the picture of Cuba Gooding Jr. and him in the room, and he had his arm around him. It depends on who sees that picture and what they see and what their perception is of that picture. Is Cuba Gooding putting his arm around him to see how far he'll allow him to go, or is he just resting his arm around him to look at whatever they're looking at to determine whatever they're just trying to determine at the time? So when you bring evidence to a court, in front of a court, in front of a judge, in front of a jury, it has to be solid evidence. And what Little Rod is saying is, I have the solid evidence to support what I am telling you. So I'm not just telling you, but I have presented this to the courts. I will present as a witness. And all of this can be used as evidence against this person I'm alleging that I'm telling you happened to me. These things happened to me. Here's the evidence. There are some things that I know that I can tell you that I will testify to that I don't feel comfortable putting in this paperwork, but I will get on a stand in front of a judge, knowing that perjury is part of it, that if I get in front and I swear that I'll tell the truth and I lie and I'm caught lying, then I could be caught for perjury. he's willing to take that chance. He's saying, I'm not lying, this did happen. And another thing that was mentioned was there was some woman, a woman, I can't remember the name, but she is alleging that she was there and saw these things happen to Little Rod. So that's another witness, that's another person to support what he is saying to the courts. So, and then I was watching Nancy Grace, and she is just like, and you guys help me with this, okay? Because she's like, Diddy's running around here like he's unbothered, he's smiling and riding bikes, and he's doing this like he do not care. But I feel like this, at the end of the day, they've already raided all of his homes, or two of his homes, right? They've already filed, the Little Rod is already filing all of these lawsuits against him. At any moment, it's possible that the feds could come with an indictment and indict him and anyone else involved. So that's a possibility. We don't know what's going to happen. And Nancy's saying he's just running around like it doesn't bother him. But I would say this, I'm 1,000% sure, this is just me, that is eating him alive, because his empire is crumbling down around him, starting with Cassie, right? We know that Cassie has talked to and worked with the feds a couple of weeks before they raided his homes. So you can't tell me, I will never believe that he's unbothered by this. I feel like he's trying to put himself in a good light, which is why he's paying, allegedly, Stevie J. Like, Stevie J's his friend. Like, they go way back, whatever, been knowing him forever. But he's saying, I want you to come get on the payroll. We're going to pay you to speak good about me, to put me in a good light. And so Stevie's doing that. So him and Stevie riding bikes, trying to put him in a good light. And I think that he's smiling and just basically moving on with life until whatever is going to happen happens. Because what else can you do? Like, you can sit and you can wallow in it, but you can also try to fight and just move on. Diddy knows what he did and what he did not do. And so, and all of that remains to be seen, because again, it has to be, we're not saying he's guilty of anything. We're not saying that he's going to get indicted. We're just saying that it's a possibility that he will get indicted, and we're just listening and we're seeing what Lil Rod is presenting. We saw Cassie did. If I was Diddy, I would be reserved, and I would be working with my lawyers, and I would be trying to figure out how to protect myself, because it's not, at the end of the day, it's just not him. Now his children, his sons are involved. He has one son that has been alleged to be with him when someone was shot in a club. There's another son on a yacht being accused of crossing the lines with a young lady, violating her. She talks about very specific things that he allegedly did to her. Now, you tell me, now, I have two sons, and they pretty much go where I go, do what I do. And they're the age that they are. Like, how in the world are they being accused of, one, being accused of putting something in a drink, making or asking a woman to drink it? She says, okay, I'll have a drink. She instantly figures out that it's spiked and was like, no, you're touching and groping on her, allegedly. She has to get you a place to sleep because you're requesting a place to sleep. And then here you come, naked, won't let her out the room, all kinds of foul stuff. Where are they getting it? Like, why are they doing it? And why is he being accused of some of the same stuff your daddy's being accused of? Like, they had to learn it from somewhere. Like, why are we doing this? So anyway, I mean, those are just examples, but this is what was the kicker. He also said that they used to work out together when he lived with Diddy and was working with Diddy, and they would work out and they would watch TD Jakes like every day, every day. And so he thought, oh, this is good. At least he's trying to get some kind of spiritual, part of his day done, right? While I work out and I will watch TD Jakes and get, some God in me. I got to have God in me. But he found out real quickly that he wasn't watching it to get something out of, to get a word out of it. He was watching it allegedly to see how TD Jakes moved and shaped and how he could get next to TD Jakes to get him to come, and they become friends and they become cordial. And that would help him be in a good light to shed, to distract, I'm going to say, to distract what Cassie was alleging against him in her lawsuit. And we know, as we know, overnight that was sealed, the deal was done, and we don't know how much, but we do know that they were settled within 24 hours. So this is just crazy. It becomes more crazy every day. We're going to continue to follow the Diddy story as it unfolds, because again, there could be a possible, no one is saying that it is, we're saying that in normal instances, and if you talk to any lawyers, and you've heard lawyers on different platforms, and shout out to Mims. I love his show. I watch him on a daily. Shout out to Tisa Tells at Tisa Talks, and shout out to my girl Neek at Night, because they bring the heat. But anyway, yeah, so and you hear these attorneys saying that their experience is when an indictment comes, and a lot of them that speak say that they've been in this very similar position, that when when a raid comes like that, when the federal agents come and raid your home and they're involved, that they definitely, usually 99% of the time, 90% of the time, whatever, real high percent of the time, have everything they need. And now all they're doing is dotting their I's, crossing their T's before an indictment comes down, whether it's on Diddy, whether it's on Diddy and a whole slew of other people. We don't know. It's just a possibility. So we over here at the Black Link Experience are going to keep watching this story, and we're going to keep bringing it to you guys, because I love the interaction that we're having and talking about this. You guys continue to do that. So what do you think about Lil Rod? Like, do you guys believe what he's saying? Do you think it's half truth and half massaged? Or do you, what do you think? Leave your comments below. I want to see what you think, because I'm here for it. And let's talk about it. You guys, I'm going to go for now. Remember, respect yourself, respect each other. God bless.